It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
This guy's seriously not going to go for it this close to his own end zone. I mean, he does have a punter, doesn't he? On 4th down, looking to pass. He fires one deep down the right side. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
He'll just keep slinging it. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Oh, look out! Touchdown time! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Brown has it. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. He'll take the deep shot. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Offenses know and work on it all week. 3rd downs, we got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this 3rd down. It could come back to bite them.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's moving out of the pocket. He chucks one out to the right. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. Offense getting set for 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside give. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting, he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Fair catch, called for and made. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it, be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline, so let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Io Manor. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the 1st down. Stanford wants to push the pace. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make it. And they got him for the sack.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin.
Makes the grab on the right.
You know, there's a lot of communication when it comes to defenses. Like, you have to talk. You have to understand if somebody does this, I have to do this. I have to pass off wide receivers. Apparently, the communication was busted.
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's complete. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes his way. Four as they get closer and closer. Just 3 points on 3 previous red zone trips. The idea is to punch it in this time. Back to pass, it's Stevens. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Hale. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Hold it, finds his man on the left. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Alabama quickly back to the line. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown. He's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down. The offense in hurry up low.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the 2nd half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay...
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching.
Looking for the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. You might be putting old Hootie Ingram in the sights for his single-season interception record with 10.
Yeah, and it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get one, it's a nice day. But when you get two, it's a great day. You got a guy ball hawking the football, finding it, creating big plays for this defense.
They'll leave it with him. Drives into the pile just to pick up a one. They'll spot it at the 10.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just
going to take a shot at this DB. What a snag by the defense. Takes it the other way. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Bama! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Louisville may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from L&N Stadium every time. The Cards have been racking up road wins since the Lee Corso days, and they'll get another one today.
Off-play action on first down.
The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. Touchdown Tide! Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now, you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And he is finding wide open defenders all. His third interception of the day.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
Moves around to clear up the vision. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. Got a man. It's Williams. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Going for it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. And we're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Alabama! Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He'll start this drive firing. They get to him as he throws. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. Offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Touchdown, Bama! How about that D coming up with a play like that? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Fast motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Sweet cut there. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Still looking on the move. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. He's going to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Cardinal.
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Still a big hill in front of them, and they'll try to start the climb with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose lose a yard on that one. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break. He lofts one down the sideline. Makes the grab at the 10. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Stanford!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defense all year long.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Motion from the offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They'll try the right side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
They're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
Makes the grab. It's Baxter. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He'll try the left side. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
Red pass, it's complete. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown Tide! And the beatdown has ensued. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Old Dominion rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Ballard Stadium. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. On the option. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Excellent field position here for the offense. off the play fake on first down. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Mack. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Crimson Tide, and the route is on.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence. He lobs one high down the left side. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Looking for more room. He's inside the 40. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. 2nd interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They'll run it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And it's just simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A 3rd and long coming up here. Power football with the run. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. No good. Guys, after this dominating performance, I guess the head coach wanted to be able to yell at the special teams coordinator. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Using his feet to buy time. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The give on 4th down. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball, too. You could see there right after the 3rd down play, looking at his sideline, saying, give me the ball. I want to go get this. I'm going to make a play for my team.
Catch inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the finally stopped. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. He's looking to pass. Going for 6. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Still down big here in the third quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Just keeps moving. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes that Alabama offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I'd go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
On first down from the 13-yard line. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Here's the give off the left side. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! And the pummeling has started. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to bring it out. Running through contact. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Getting some heat. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Great job by the QB just avoiding a negative play. I know you don't come away with a big completion, but he should have got sacked. I don't know how he was able to get out of that. Great individual effort.
Looking deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 35. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They'll throw it from the red zone. Pocket starts to collapse. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Throws to the tight end. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Stanford quickly to the line. Looking to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. Lets it fly. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll run this play from the pistol. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And here comes the offense on second down. Scanning the field, it's Mack. Finds a man by himself. He's off to the races. The 20, at the 10. Touchdown, Bama! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. UMass pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. The Minutemen were clicking in every phase of the game, and the results speak for themselves. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Trying to find his man on first down. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right. And it's another interception as is a...